A South Carolina law professor, Eldon Wedlock, once said, South Carolinians would much rather talk about what they have the right to do than what they ought to do. Those are some very interesting words. It's time for MrRoadRage.com interpretation. Now, I've started up many conversations over the years about driving. It's amazing the viewpoints I have heard. Sadly, the vast majority of those viewpoints were quite selfish. I've heard comments like, I'll drive in whatever lane I want to. If they don't like it, they can go around me. Or, I'm not concerned about other drivers. They can do what they want, and I'll do what I want. This is a free country. And I could go on and on and on with other similar comments. The bottom line, and most of what people said to me was just as I said a moment ago, from a very selfish viewpoint. Let's consider that quote once again. People would much rather talk about what they have the right to do than what they ought to do. Selfish people are very concerned about what they have the right to do, and they aren't worried one little bit whether or not their freedoms infringe on the freedoms of others. Yet if someone else exercises their freedoms and those freedoms infringe on their rights, guess who is the first person to complain? Yep, that selfish individual gets quite perturbed when someone else's rights infringes on their rights. And we've got a lot of selfish people out there on the highways who are all infringing on each other's rights, and they are all pissed off about it. See the problem yet? There's a big difference, in my opinion, between what we have a right to do and what we ought to do. We ought to treat others as we want them to treat us. We ought to show the respect to others that we expect in return. Some people call this the golden rule. During my life, I've seen this rule get tossed to the wayside. It seems that the vast majority of people feel that others should treat them with due respect, but they don't seem to feel they should do likewise. Sorry, it just doesn't work that way, you selfish people. Now, I teach my youngest child, who is in middle school, that regardless of what others do, we should always do what is right. Be nice. And now I have shortened that sentence down to those last two words. Whenever she talks to me about others, I tell her, be nice. That's my advice. Just imagine what our roads would be like if more people were nice to each other. Being nice on the highways means to be courteous. Try it sometime. It's my challenge to you. The next time you get behind the wheel of your car, be nice to others on your journey. You'll be surprised how much better you'll feel when you arrive at your destination. I dare you, take the challenge. Be nice, and then come back here and share your stories. Will you take my challenge? We'll see. My name's Greg Lord, MrRoadRage.com. Until next time, please drive safe.